ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Woof, yes! Where are you, Wolfie? I have missed your face. And careful of whatever that skeleton outside was. Hey, Wolfie! He's shaking his head at me. Where have you been, you bum? You lazy, lazy bum, you? I've been right here. Been right here the whole time. But yes! Boop! Woof! So excited. Let's grab Wolfie, drop off some miscellany, and head west. Once again, this time in episode 311 of Far Lands or Busts, which means we have been traveling for 300 episodes. We left our spawn area near the spawn area. Technically not 0-0, I guess. You don't normally spawn there, but in that general vicinity where we made our spawn cabin and whatnot, we left on episode 11 and have been walking ever since. Well, mostly. Some episodes we've taken detours, but walking ever since, and whoops, and hitting the Windows key accidentally. We're still recording. Okay. And just continuing on for now 300 episodes. Kind of a little bit of a milestone, I suppose you could say. Today is... Ooh, sounds like a whole slew of badness. Indeed it is. There's the spawner. Could be our 300th episode spawner here. Let's see if we can't... I'm a little concerned about the spoilers. Hey, guy. I have plenty of arrows. And I do not have to wait to draw back my bow in order to do things about it. Hey, guy. Oh, okay. Backing away, backing away. Let's take this step at a time, step at a time. Okay, the spiders appear to be over there. I keep forgetting. The mobs here do not have their advanced pathfinding that they do in the current version of the game, so I don't really need to worry about that so much. Alright, we're safe-ish. Let's see what we got for a birthday present. Oh, a birthday present! Oh my god! Is this the first golden apple? Oh my god! This... Hold on. Oh gosh, I'm like peeking out the microphone and everything. Slow down! Oh my gosh! Wait! I think... Is that? That's gotta be. Oh my god. What in the world? What's in here now? Okay, just normal stuff. I'll take the iron. Some string, some redstone. A golden apple! It's crazy! Quick, get Ant Venom on the line. Holy Moses! What in the... I'm a little bit shocked here. I'm probably overreacting a little bit. Oh, the golden apple of episode 311-ness. Wow, that's amazing. I am astounded. I was gonna have this whole spiel about why I've been taking so long to get to episode 311, and I was basically going to talk about how I was pressuring myself into trying to come up with a way to make it more amazing, like a milestone video, do something special and out of the ordinary, and that was kind of just delaying the whole process. And today, I just decided, you know what, it's been too long, I need to continue. This is episode 311, yes, I'll mention that it's been 300 episodes since we left, but I really, you know, there doesn't need to be any special fireworks or craziness like I've had in the past. And then look at this! Minecraft the game gave us our own fireworks. So I will mark this momentous occasion and take the golden apple of episode 311-ness with a sign. Boop. Wow. I am literally, this is literally the proper use of the term literally, quite astonished at what has happened here. All right. The golden apple, whoa, let's go down, of 311 episodes. And like I said, today is... Oh, I have the wrong date. Wednesday, Did I say it was Monday, December 9th? It's not. It's Wednesday, December 11th, 2013. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we'll... 12/11/2013. There we go. Woo! Crazy. That is, I have not ever found a golden apple. I don't know how many people have found a golden apple, especially after 300 episodes of their series. Did Ant Venom ever find his golden apple? I honestly, I have no idea. Wow. 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 Right, pig? Wow. Feather. And now there's like a spider spawner down there. I'm almost like tempted to see if there's a golden apple down here. I bet you this is a spider spawner. It's gotta be. Gotta be. Wow, crazy. So yeah. Maybe I should just... not... No, I should not, no, I shouldn't press my luck. I don't think that's a spawner. Crazy. I will take what the Minecraft world the universe has given me and continue on west now that it's midday and I've made it not even out of eyesight of my previous hidey hole. Wow. Crazy. What? Like, what does a golden apple even do? I think it just, like, restores all of your health. Is that what a golden apple does in this version of the game? You can't even craft these in this version of the game. Madness, man. Madness. The golden apple of 311 episodes-ness. Continuing on. Okay. Woo! Alright, so... I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I accidentally said it was Monday. Wednesday, December 11th. This time last year, it was actually episode 198. And we were at $7,000.27 total for the Season 4 goal. And right now, we are at $167,168.55. That is with the about $118,000 that we raised on the Mindcrack Marathon weekend. And wow, yeah, crazy. And I suppose for a little bit more history, episode 11 was March 28th, 2011. So over 2 years. Over 2 years. Is that right? Or almost 2 years. Over 2 years. Over 2 years. We've been walking and we finally reached 300 episodes from when we left. And the world save for this world of just walking in one direction is 9,830.89 megabytes. So over we're almost at the 10 gig mark. It's crazy. And wow, yeah, I was just basically gonna say that, you know, I've been getting the random message, people understand, but the random message, oh, where's Flob? Blah, 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 are you done? Are you done with Flob forever? And no, we still are continuing on. I still have to, more spoilers. I still have to plan for a Flobathon, which I'm still planning. I have no announcements about that today. I'm sorry if you were planning to see an announcement. I'm not pressing F3 today. That happens on a Flobathon. I'm kind of giving a little bit of distance between this and Mindcrack weekend. And also just trying to decide. I at first was kind of thinking, oh, the day after Thanksgiving, which was last month. Maybe I should do it then. But then I'm like, too much is going on. And also leading up to Christmas, too much is kind of going on. So I don't know. Right now I'm tentatively imagining sometime after Christmas, but before the new year. But I will give a definitive announcement. And I was, like I said, kind of trying to save episode 311 for something special like that, or the end of season 4 or something, but I just decided it's been too long, I miss it, and I just decided this will be a normal episode, a normal Farlands or Bust episode. Anything but, I suppose, now that we found a golden apple. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. So, what are we looking at here? I went through all that. Oh, I do have an announcement, actually, a little bit of an announcement. I suppose there is an event going on. Like I said, today is Wednesday, December 11th. Tomorrow, Thursday, December 12th, I am going to be on the KerbalCon, Kerbal Space Program. That is their 3-year anniversary, and they hold a live stream, KerbalCon. I will be on tomorrow, Thursday, the 12th, at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/KSPTV is the channel. I'll be doing, I think I'll be actually the one live streaming. So I've got to think of something to do for about an hour as my time slot in Kerbal Space Program, but they invited me on there, and careful, Wolfie! And they will, I'll, like I said, do a little bit of live streaming. Well, this is kind of dangerous. What are you doing? Of Kerbal Space Program. So, yeah, a little bit of that. Ooh. I just wanted to announce that, so head over there, check that out. I'll be updating, I suppose, on my Twitter. I'll give links and stuff like that, but wow. Okay. Well, I'm a little bit taken aback. And let's just end this first day of episode 311. And I'll see you in the morning. And a golden appleness. It's crazy. Ooh, crazy. It's like, I might need that golden apple if I were to miss that jump. Ooh, doorbell. Don't know if you heard that. Christmas gifts. What else are we looking at here? Yeah, like I said, I just wanted to make this like a normal Far Lines of Bust episode. So I do have, there's been quite a bit of space news. I don't have a fancy intro for space news, but space news. And as you know, this Kerbal, now I'm getting confused. This Far Lands or Bust series is a little bit of a one-man podcast sort of thing it's turned into, podcast vloggy type situation. So I do have a bunch of news to go over about space. Oh, hi, Wolfie. You interested in some space news? For those of you who know, on my channel, I uploaded a video from Space Engine about Comet Ison, which was the anticipated comet of the century, and it was, it came from way out in the Oort cloud. It was one of these long-term, one-time, once-in-a-lifetime kind of comets. It was discovered about a year ago and was going to get really close to the sun, and because of that, it was supposed to get really bright, and estimates were through the roof as to how bright it would be, a daytime comet even. It did finally, on actually Thanksgiving Day, get close to the sun. It's perihelion, it's called. And a lot of people were watching it. There was a live stream with NASA and Phil Plait, the bad astronomer. They were watching from the stereo sun-observing spacecraft that kind of repointed to try to catch a glimpse as it passed within about a solar radius distance from the sun. Pretty close. But turned out that it fizzled out. That was always a possibility. I remember when I first introduced it, I did a Space Engine video about a year ago when it was first discovered. I'm like, there's no promises here. There's no schedule of the universe that say, yes, this comet's going to be gigantic and everybody's going to enjoy it. It's scientific, but it's very unprecise. We know very little about how these things behave still. Although we've learned quite a bit, and they're continuing to learn quite a bit from Ison. But it got close to the sun. It got lost in the images. We didn't see it through the stereo spacecraft. But it went close to the sun. It lost its tail, and at that point, people thought that, it was just gone. People had written it off at that point. But something did emerge from the other side of the sun and kind of brighten up again, but it was very diffuse, and then it ended up just kind of spreading out and disappearing. So what they think happened is that it basically got sheared apart by the sun. And what you assume is, it gets close to the sun. Comets are mostly made up of ice and rock and ice, so it gets close to the sun. The heat melts all the ice, and that's why the comet disappears. Not really, to be honest. And this was something I learned in the live stream, the hangout or whatever they had through NASA, which is actually kind of cool to think about. The thing that tears these comets apart is actually, let's say the comet they were estimating was about 2 kilometers across. As it gets that close to the sun, the gravity is so intense that the material on the near side of the sun, that 2 kilometers, the material on the near side of the sun actually starts orbiting faster than the material on, or I'm sorry, than the material on the rear side of the comet that's 2 kilometers away, which makes sense. Just like Pluto way out there orbits our sun much slower than we do Earth, that's much closer. At a much closer scale to the sun, that is ramped up the way gravity works and orbits work, and that actually just causes it to shear itself apart. Just the sheer speed difference between the front-facing side of the comet nucleus and the rear-facing side of the comet nucleus. So they think that's what happened, and also estimates are now showing that while the original guesses as to the size of ISON was about 2 kilometers, they're now thinking, oh, maybe the nucleus was only about 600 meters. So much smaller, much less material, much less of its own kind of staying power. So it basically sheared apart, and that little tail and debris field that kind of the day after we're like, oh, there's something survived. Maybe it did survive. A little bit of hope. What that was just a kind of conglomeration, a cloud of the leftover tiny little pieces of debris as it passed, and now it's kind of really just diffused and become dust in our solar system that will continue on that same trajectory in orbit, but it's no longer an organized nucleus. So that's unfortunate. I was certainly looking forward to a very awesome comet. That's probably lava over there maybe. I've never seen in my, at least, adult life, as I could say, where I am very much interested in astronomy and I have my own telescopes and stuff. Never had a comet that's been visible like that. When I was little, I do remember Hale-Bopp. I remember one day going outside my front yard after sunset and seeing Hale-Bopp very briefly, but I really wasn't at that age into astronomy enough where I understood what the heck I was looking at, or even that I appreciated. I basically saw it that one night. My parents brought me out. Oh, there it is. Oh, cool, a comet. Okay, going back inside to play with Legos or whatever. So it wasn't as big a deal as it would have been now. Of course, there's still stuff that can happen. There's still comets out there that can be seen, and who knows? There could be another one that could be discovered in the next couple of years, and we'll have another chance at it, but that's what happened to Comet ISON, I suppose, to follow up to that space engine video that I put up there. Also, in more space flight and exploration news, in addition to just the United States and kind of the NASA, the European, and the Russian exploration, China has successfully launched and has put into orbit around the moon their first lunar lander. They have a lander. I mean, I'm kind of looking at this as kind of Kerbal Space Program terms. If you look at certain, progressions of firsts, China is going to land a lander on the moon. So they've launched. This was earlier this month they launched, and now it's made it to the moon and it's in lunar orbit. And I believe yesterday it just lowered its orbit. Once again, thinking Kerbal Space Program terms, doing kind of one of those retrograde burns to make the apoapsis much lower, and then doing the same thing on the other side. They're going to land on the moon. I believe it's set. They haven't said. China's still a little bit. They keep things close to their chests. They don't share with the public at large what their specific plans are, but looking at the mission plan, people are saying the landing is probably going to be December 14th, so this weekend. And it actually has a little rover with the lander that's going to go out and do a little bit of roving and science and whatnot, so that's very cool. And then there was another news article that said they're looking to put people like Tycho, is that what they're called? Taikonauts, the Chinese astronauts on the moon by 2020. Was that correct? Was that something that I read? Maybe not. Hold on. Let's not say that. That is not a verified source. I'm just speaking in tongues. So that's cool. Careful, Wave. I'm gonna have to feed you the golden apple. Also the Indian Space Agency has put a robotic Mars orbiter out there and is actually on its way to Mars. There's a little bit of problems with the burns to raise its apoapsis to get it out into Earth escape and on its way to Mars, but it did resolve that, and it's actually on its way to Mars. And it is due to arrive in Mars on September 24th, 2014. and it's an orbiter. It's not a lander, it's an orbiter that will study a lot of different things about the Martian atmosphere. Obviously, it has a camera to take pictures of the Martian surface. It has a methane detector to detect methane, which could or could not be a significant indicator of cellular life. Perhaps, it exudes methane. There's also geologic reasons why methane could exist on Mars. So that's cool. So we have all these different, and I've always said, it's not going to be just NASA or one nation doing all the exploring. It's kind of got to be it's got to be, it's kind of a reinforcement of the basic human need and desire to explore, because it's not just the one culture or anything. It's a human thing we share all together. So I think it's kind of a cooperative effort, even though we're all working separately a little bit right now. Hopefully all these things become collaborative. That's the only way we will expand out into the universe. Right, Wolfie? Ah, right. Well done. Well timed. Totally not planned or anything. All right, we got a few more. Actually, one more space news item to go over. And then I got a few more things to mention really quick. In the morning. Killing time. And in the morning. And awakeness. Ow. Sorry. Let's get you a bone, because you did take some damage there. You're doing all right now, though. Let's talk about SpaceX, bringing it back home. They launched their first geosynchronous satellite into orbit from the Falcon 9.1, kind of their updated rocket. It was a commercial television vendor for, I believe, India and that area. But launching a satellite into geosynchronous orbit is kind of a big capability to have for SpaceX for their planned commercial ventures. Obviously, they're doing more. This is the same rocket that they launched the Dragon capsule for the International Space Station for NASA, but they also use it for commercial applications. And, that was a big deal. They had some problems with their second stage relighting before, which is what they were depending on pushing the satellite into geosynchronous orbit, but it worked this time just fine and dandy, so that's always good. And, they say it just brings more competition to the commercial spaceflight arena. They say there was an estimated cost that the satellite vendor paid SpaceX. They don't say, it's not disclosed. It's probably around $55 to $60 million to send that satellite into geosynchronous orbit. But it's actually much less than the current available competitors. So, it's becoming a commercial venture. Those who doubt whether or not a private corporation could have the facilities and, the flow, the cash flow, the funds to successfully compete with the NASAs, the governments, people who say, it's only going to be governments who have the resources. It's kind of, it's coming up. SpaceX is doing a good job here. So that was something that happened. I was watching that as well when that happened. There were a lot of delays. They had some problems, but they worked through them. It was originally supposed to be a Thanksgiving launch, but it ended up going the beginning of December after some scrubs. Y'all are just scrubs. But yeah, that was really cool. So that's kind of space news. And also, I don't have notes on this, but the Curiosity rover, there's a lot of papers coming out saying that it has discovered evidence, definitive almost evidence, that where it is located was once and actually recently a lake bed of liquid water lake bed. Just the way they're looking at the rocks and the sediment that's there, and I believe it has to do with that the rocks they're looking at and drilling into and taking samples of are very old rocks that have actually been uncovered recently. In normal situation, these rocks you wouldn't be able to see because they're so old. They should be covered up by sediment and other geologic processes, but water has recently uncovered them and made them available for study. And that is due to the fact that it's a lake bed that they're on, which is one of the reasons why they chose Gale Crater, which is where they landed Curiosity, was because from the orbiter, pictures and instruments and studies, they decided this area there definitely could have been water here, definitely. So now there's indeed evidence that they chose wisely. You chose wisely. Spelunk, speaking of water. Right, Wolfie? Oh yeah, I wanted to mention also, a little bit of a shift in things. I do mention every now and again certain services or products that I use and recommend, and stuff like that. I don't generally have product placement or commercials or anything on my channel that much at all, other than the whatever YouTube puts on there, which is just what YouTube puts on there, not necessarily, I suppose, an endorsement of my own, these whatever ads you may or may not see at the beginning or end of Kurt J. Max videos, just within the system of YouTube is what they're putting up there. But this, I do have to mention, I was very happy about this. I want to mention a Minecraft server company where you can purchase a multiplayer, or rent, I suppose, multiplayer servers. Beastnode. Beastnode is a very good server company, and it's funny. I normally, I do get quite many offers. Oh, can you advertise this? Blah, 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 blah. But Beastnode, I'm very happy to share with you guys because I actually use Beastnode. I've actually used them for over 2 years. I have a little server. When I started doing YouTube, I decided, I'm going to start doing multiplayer stuff. I might as well have, just on the side, something, a little server that if I need a multiplayer server to do a custom map or whatever, I have it and we can just record on it. And I've had it for over 2 years. And actually, a lot of the KGB stuff, when we did Spellbound Caves, that was hosted on my server. When we did the Race for Wool matches with the KGBs, that was Lorgon 111, Schism, and Gleason 9. That was all on this server. When we did for those of you who remember a while ago, Mindcrack, a bunch of the Mindcrack guys got together and played the basketball map. That was really fun. I don't know if that map still works. I wish we would do that again. That was pretty fun. That was on that server. I've had that, like I said, for over 2 years, and I've just kept it up, even though I don't use it that often, just for those occasions, and they've always been great. Beastnode, and it was very cool to hear from them saying, "Oh, we like your videos. Would you like to work out some sort of partnership coupon code that we can provide to your viewers?" And I'm like, hey, I've actually been using you guys for the last couple of years. So Beastnode, beastnode.com, they have, obviously, like I said, Minecraft server hosting. Their servers start at $4.49 a month for like their littlest server. That would be like if you and your friend want to play, you want to rent a server, there's there. And actually, I can offer 10% off to Farlanders like yourself if you use the coupon code, all uppercase. What's the coupon code? Wolfie. The coupon code is Wolfie. WOLFIE. All uppercase. That'll get you 10% off. And then the affiliate percentage of that will be donated to Child's Play charity, which I will give updates periodically as to how much we've raised through Beastnode subscriptions to Child's Play charity. I've been using ironically, I've been using the Wolf server. It's kind of their third tier server, which I think has like 500 megabytes of RAM. It's about up to 16 people, and that's if you're wondering the capabilities of that server. All those Spellbound Caves, the Race for Wool matches, the basketball game were all played on that server. One of the main reasons I actually originally chose them is they have a server location in Chicago right here. So low ping for me, and they have San Francisco, New York, LA. They even have one out in Europe if you're on the European side of things. So that's really cool. So there's a link in the video description, a little affiliate link if you want, or you could use that Wolfie code to get 10% off. I just wanted to mention that this is actually a service I have used for a long time, and I'm now very happy to be able to let you guys know about it, and kind of a cool little partnership we got going on there with the Beastnode guys. So I do appreciate them for offering this to Farlanders, and of course, like I said, the percentage that that is of this, of the affiliate percentage, I suppose, is then going to go to Child's Play charity. So good news all around. Good news, everyone. Indeed. So yeah, I'll be putting that in my video descriptions. I'll be putting a little affiliate link on the farlandsbust.com website, where, even though I realize we have blitzed past our previous goal of $100,000 for Season 4, still in Season 4, not pressing F3, even though we have blitzed past that, you can still, if you would like to just give directly to Child's Play charity, go to farlandsbust.com to do that. Like I said, we're at $168.55. Bleh, did I say that right? I don't know. It's been too long. Of our original $100,000 goal. So I will be letting you know, like I said, I want to do this before the end of the year. Heck, maybe New Year's Day. A flobathon, a live stream where we walk live, and at the end of that, we will finally press F3 and see how far we've come. I have not pressed F3 at any time away from the camera. The only time I really play in the Farlands Bust world is whilst I'm recording. So I was just as surprised as you to find the golden apple of episode 311's-ness. 11's-ness. Indeed. And speaking of wolves and wolfie and sheep, let's set up camp here. Maybe let's face west, just in case. A bunch of trees. I could actually probably use some wood, so let's chop it down the trees. Let's chop it down the trees. Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. Whoop, how you doing, Wolfie? Glad to be back. So is Wolfie. In Farlands or Bust, watch the axe. Oh no, that's not good. Perhaps not the best place to set up camp, Kurt. Perhaps not. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, perfect. Wow, I am on fire. On fire. Hopefully not. No lava. No lava, please. Oh, diggity dang it. Alright, let's grab Wolfie and just go over here, I guess. Yeah, this'll do. This'll do just fine. Wolfie thinks so. Right, guy? Right, guy. Whoop, that is not a shovel. Let's dig in. Place a torch. Shut the door. Make this the full size that we require for a hidey hole. Did I do this right? Yes, I did. And I do appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I'll come up with ideas for Flobathon, like I said, before the end of the year. Let's make the final bed of the episode and a couple more for next episode. Whoop. Bing, blong, bling. And a boat for good measure. That is crazy. Whoops. That is pretty crazy. That's mental. I don't know. I have not found. I would have kept it. I have not found a golden apple yet. I found a couple golden records. Those are evil. I will never touch one of those again. But the golden apple, madness, total madness, indeed. All right, let's put that down. Like I said, I appreciate it. Appreciate you watching. I appreciate everybody who has and continues to donate to Child's Play charity for farlandsbust.com, and I appreciate all the comments and the likes and the thumbs ups and subscriptions and stuff. We'll get there. We will get to the Farlands one of these days, perhaps in another 311 episodes. But until then, my name is Kurt. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.